from what not, what to do. So instead of not, try on to do. Example, the rule of no hitting. You can change this from no hitting to use gentle hands. Be gentle with others. But don't say no hitting others. That's so direct and it's negative. So always be positive while setting these rules. Also, don't shout is negative. But you can say use inside voices. By saying use inside voices, it means that like you be calm and audible enough without shouting. Also, we have a negative comment, a negative rule like don't run. Don't run is very negative, but you can just change the rule to walk softly. So if you focus on the positive side of the rules, it will be easy to follow than on the negative side. Children are always, their minds is always blocked on the negative. If you, whatever negative thing you tell them not to do, I think if you've observed, it's the same thing that the children will do. So set the rules to be positive rather than being negative. The third step is keep these rules short and kid sized. You don't have to have 20 rules. You can just have 5. Have 5 rules, but which are very clear. And one rule can even represent 5. You can have one rule, but it's 5 in one. So these rules should not belong so that kids can track them easily. You know, if you make a long list, children are prone to forget. But if they are simple, short, and few, the children will remember easily. For example, a rule like be kind. If you set a rule like be kind, this means if you are kind, you love someone else. If you are kind, you will respect one another. You see, you'll have respected someone for you to be kind to them. So, examples of such short rules are be kind, be safe, take care of our space, listen to each other. Be safe. Be safe means always look out for yourself and for others. And this also generalizes things like love, care, you see, such things. Take care of our space. That whole thing entails cleanliness, responsibility, you see. Listen to each other. If you listen to each other, it means you won't shout, you won't be rude, you'll respect people. So learning these short rules will help children to always remember to focus on the short rules that you've set because there are fewer. So don't really run to set a lot of rules that will confuse these children. Short and precise and few rules will help these children always remember what they are supposed to do. You can ask, can one rule over a lot of situations? Like if it becomes so challenging for you to cover a lot of rules in different situations, but covering one becomes easier. Another step is making the rules visible, where you have to do gentle parenting. But as you do gentle parenting, we want to raise kids that are responsible, kids that are obedient, kids that are good children in the society that will be helpful even in their present and their future life. So make these rules visible and theirs. So how do you make these rules theirs? How do you make these children to own the rules? For example, you can let the kids draw pictures for each rule. For example, a rule like be kind. Let a child be creative and come up with a picture that will represent being kind. So they can personalize these rules. The rules that are in writing, they personalize them to their taste so that they can always remember through the pictures that they've drawn. Also, use their exact wording when it's possible, especially if it's not negative. Or if you are converting from negative to positive, you can convert from negative to positive, but using their words. Also, put their names or handprints on the written papers. After after you're done with the rules, after they've personalized them, down there you can write prepared by, and you write the child's name. So by doing this, you'll always be reminding this child, remember these rules are yours. You are the one who made them, and you're the one who is supposed to follow. And you're the one who will face the consequence if you break these rules. So ensure that you personalize these rules to the taste of your child so that it can be easy for them to follow the rules. Also, another step is practice and revisit. Setting the rules and just sticking them somewhere is not enough. Ensure that you practice these rules even as a parent. While setting the rules, you don't also have to only focus on children. There are parents who need also rules while parenting. For example, I am a type of parent who yells at a child. So while setting these rules, you can also include such a rule that be gentle while talking to one another. So if you become gentle to each other, that means even you as a parent, you have to practice that being gentle. You have to reduce that shouting and yelling to the child. So always practice and revisit. You see, you have to role play these rules, act them out for them to remember. Always call them to order by ensuring that you revisit and you practice what you said as a role. Also refer back. For example, which help if a child has gone wrong, it's easy for you to ask them, which rule help us here in this situation, or which rule have we not followed here. You see, always go back to these rules. You don't set the rules and just ignore them. And if you see that a rule is becoming too much, or it's becoming like it's not being followed to the letter, you can always adjust if something is not clearly working for you people. So if you see a rule is not working for you, you can always remove it or edit it, you see, or make it better. So what happens when rules are broken? Instead of you broke the rules, always try and use the following statements. For example, you can say, which rule are we forgetting? If your child has gone wrong, don't always rush to ask them which rule did you break. No, ask them, which rule are we forgetting? Don't show them that they are already wrong. You can always correct them and remind them by being gentle with them. So ask them, which rule are we forgetting? Also, you can, after they've answered maybe the rule that they have forgotten, you can ask them, how can we fix this? How do we fix the problem that has already emerged from forgetting the rule that you've forgotten? Also, after you've seen that how you can fix it, you can also look at the future by asking yourself, what will help you next time during such a situation, so that this child will always remember, I said I won't do I said that I'll be doing this, and I forgot to do it, and after I forgot to do it, I did this to correct the mistake that I did. After correcting the mistake that I did, I can do this so that it cannot happen again next time. So it does not end by you fixing the problem. You can fix the problem and just end it there, but it won't help. So after fixing the problem, always look out for the future by asking, how will we help ourselves for next time, so that this child, next time, they will remember not to break the rule again. Also, refer back. Which rule help us? Refer back by adjusting whatever rule that you've set. And it keeps dignity intact if we're still holding boundaries. So if you have the rules, the dignity will still be impact, and you'll also respect each other's boundaries. So if you set rules with your child and you are always there to remind them, and you are always there to correct them, you are always there to do a follow-up that they follow these rules, you'll see that this child will be happy doing the right thing. Why? Because the parent is helping this child do the right thing. And how are you helping them? You're not rushing to punishing them. You're not rushing to beating them. You're not rushing to scold them. You see these children down. These children are even if they are young, they are easily able to understand. So you sit this child down. You have made the rules. Maybe they have broken the rule. So ask them, what did you forget? They mention it. How do we correct it? You try reasoning with them, how you correct the mistake that they've done. After you've corrected the mistake that they've done, how do we help ourselves from being here next time? And that will help you to live a better life with your child by correcting them with love, by making them be part of their discipline. You know, if you have a disciplined child, as a parent, you'll be comfortable. Even if you're away, you'll be comfortable to leave your child behind because you'll know they have rules that they are following to the letter. So always be on the lookout as a parent. Always be there for your child as a teacher. Always be there for your students, so that you can ensure that these children follow the rules that you have set together, and they will always be responsible children in the future. Thank you for following us. I've been your host, Fuener Mogita.